Hi, I'm very happy to be with you today and to be able to talk about a very important subject that is essential to learn since it is about yourself. I have nothing new to tell you or teach you that you already know. Today's subject is about disease, which is essential since disease is actually an excuse to know yourself. It's a doorway to self. Disease will be like a friend, like our best friend who would come and talk about ourselves. Of course, this supposition may be shocking, arrogant, and disturbing. I'm aware this may trigger some reactions. And though, where does disease take place? Does it take place next to us, in a drawer, on a computer, on a piece of paper? No, disease is in our body, for the moment being. In your stomach if you suffer from an ulcer, in your bladder if you have cystitis, in your brain if you have headaches. It is indeed inside of you. So it means going inside of you to meet the disease, to meet yourself, thanks to it, thanks to its language. It is as if your body was an alphabet, and our unconscious uses this alphabet to communicate with us. Of course, many people have already had this intuition, and what I'm presenting today is known. It is more or less officially recognized by the latest scientific discoveries in neurology and psychology, which establish connections between the brain, the psyche, the hormonal and nervous systems, to name few of the connections made in psychology and biology. Now, what is it that biodecoding brings in the understanding of disease? It brings a biological perception which enables us to get quickly to the origin of the symptom. Not through psychology, not through psychoanalysis or symbolism or other teachings which are based on the outside. Biodecoding relies on the inside, on how I work. What's the purpose of my stomach, of my lungs, or my skin? Biodecoding is based on the physiology of the human body, on the function of the organ. A very specific way of listening allows to quickly target the cause and the purpose of the symptoms, any of them, in a concrete and practical way. The primary purpose of biodecoding is to be practical and concrete. The theory behind it comes after. If I have a toothache, my goal is to stop the pain. If I have a tumor, my goal is to heal quickly, in a simple manner, without having to learn a bunch of things. I just need to learn one thing, simply learn how to communicate with myself. What is the tool I should use to communicate with what is already trying to contact me through my symptom? I've created biodecoding over 20 years ago by combining the work of different researchers who were, in my opinion, the most pertinent, concrete, and efficient. It's essentially through the meeting with three researchers, Milton Erickson, Mark Fleché, and Dr. Hammer, that I found elements which made more sense, which offered more understanding, tangible effectiveness, and rapidity. After these three meetings, I have decided to create a new form of brief therapy called biodecoding, which is focused on the biological emotion. What concept, paradigm, assumption biodecoding is based on? The assumption is that the human being is made of organs and cells, and these organs are here to satisfy a need. A need to get food, a need to catch oxygen, to be touched or to touch others, to catch the information through the ears and eyes. Therefore, our body is here to ensure our survival, which is the support of our mind, our spirit, and consciousness. Thanks to this tool, this medium that is our body, we are able to have life experiences and to grow in consciousness. These needs are stable. They won't change over the days. The stomach, for instance, won't decide one day to change its function of receiving food because it gets bored of doing this. It will never decide one day that it will catch oxygen or listen to the music. This will never happen. The stomach is programmed to catch food all its life. The ears to hear, the nose to smell, the kidneys to filter the waste, and so forth. The body fulfills functions which are universal in all human beings and animals. However, the outside changes constantly. Sometimes it's warm, sometimes it's cold, sometimes there's food, sometimes there's none because of the war, famine, or unemployment. So the outside changes all the time. I was getting along with this person, and now she's leaving me, and I'm heartbroken. I'm torn inside. It destroys me. So the outside changes constantly, but the inside remains stable. So what to do? How does this work? I need warmth, but sometimes it's cold. I need food, but sometimes it's famine. I need love, contact, and relationship, but sometimes an event happens and I'm alone. So what to do? How am I going to survive this cold, this excess of heat, this famine? Fortunately, there is one thing between the inside and the outside that can adapt. Only one thing is flexible and supple and can adapt to perfection. It's the body, as you have guessed. The body adapts. If too much sun, I tan. If too much cold, my muscles shake to release heat. If too much toxic food, I vomit. The symptoms like nausea, shaking, or tanning are adapted reactions to a moment that has already passed. Well, all the diseases follow precisely the same pattern, the same structure. That's what I offer you to discover during our online and on-site events organized by the Biodecoding Institute. During our meetings, you will find more information, more ways of reading illness, and you will be able to ask questions to keep yourself informed and satisfied in order to keep growing together and widening our scope of consciousness thanks to this magical space of life that is relationship. Thank you for your attention.